Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's your girl Mary Jane. Please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my people. So please like the video just to let me know that you watched this review. And should I keep on reviewing this show? It'd be greatly appreciated, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk about Wags Miami, LA Bachelorette Bound, Season 2, Episode 5. We start off with Ashley talking to her fiance, Phil, talking about, a bachelorette party. Are there going to be strippers and all this other stuff? And she was like, I don't know. Ashley was like, I don't know what's going to be there. I'm not planning the party, so I don't know. And Phil's like, well, my boys are coming into town or whatever, and they want to throw me a party and all that other good stuff. So I don't know if he's going to have one or not. But at the end, we find out he is going to have a bachelor party. And he did tell a little story about when he went to a bachelor party, and his friend's wife and mother-in-law hired legit prostitutes or whatever. I was like, yo, so they be really doing it. They really do be going down. It be going down at these bachelor and bachelorette parties. So then we move on to the scene, but Ashley was just like, yo, if you do this, you do that, I'm gonna take it to you. I'm gonna take that neck or whatever. So we see Phil's probably not gonna be cheating on Ashley at all, because she was in the military and she knows combat. So then we move on to Hensha and her mother together. Her mother's driving, and she's driving in a slow lane. I mean, she's driving in the fast lane slow. She's doing like 40. Do you like that? I cannot stand that. When you're driving and you got somebody going like 40, 50 miles per hour in the fast lane, when they can just go over to the next lane out of slow lane, but they continue to drive in the fast lane, which can cause accidents. So it was very nice to see Hensha take over the road, take over the car, the vehicle, because you shouldn't be driving and the fast lane going 40. No bueno. No, 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 no. Can't stand that. Be like, yo, won't you just move over? And then Henshaw was like, look at all the cars behind us. That can really cause an accident. That backs up traffic. And people are traveling to different locations. Some people are from out of state and they're trying to get home. So anyway, that's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like that. So then we move on to, Hensha mother talking about, Hensha, you could have been on your second marriage by now, but you choose not to listen. I told you to keep your legs closed, dress like a lovely lady, because then if you don't, be proper, because if you don't, guys are going to say, oh, she's easy to get, or there's not, you don't leave nothing to the imagination, and that's why you're not married now. So in my previous videos, I talk about maybe Hensha didn't have this, maybe Hensha didn't have that growing up, but it seems like I was wrong. Hensha did have a mother, and she did have a father, and her mother did try to teach her the proper etiquette, the proper ways to have a husband, keep a husband, and be pure. But Hensha went on her own route, her own way, and she likes to do things like she likes to do. She wants to be wild. She wants to be the life of the party. She wants to get in where she fits in or whatever. So, but her mother totally advised against the way Hensha behaves, period. Not even just on the show, period. She doesn't like her daughter to be out there, to be doing all this crazy stuff, because men don't respect her. So this is something that Hensha was raised with, and her parents did teach her from right and wrong. Her parents did teach her how to behave, but she chose to go the other route. So I just wanted to make that clear. So she was like, Hendra's mother was like, you could have been on your second marriage. You could have had this, you could have had that. But you don't want to listen. You don't want to dress properly. You don't want to do what you're supposed to do. You don't want to conduct yourself like a proper lady. Basically, that's what the mother was saying. And the mother is from Haiti or whatever. And Hensha grew up with a butler, a maid, security, and drivers. So it's not like, Hensha grew up poor. I grew up without the foundation of some people do grow up in. So Hensha just chose to be wild, and the mom was like, I spoiled her too much. I shouldn't have spoiled her, So that's where we at with Hensha. And then we get to Faven, D, Ashley. They talk about who's gonna be coming to Nicole bachelorette party, and then they get a chalkboard, they get a list, and they try to find out who has the pros and the cons of inviting different ladies to their party. So Claudia is a no-go. They're not inviting Claudia. Claudia is not coming, and that's it. And then they talk about Astrid. They say Astrid, she likes to turn up. She's not a bad person, so it's okay. And plus, she's kind of loyal. And then they talk about Hencha, like she likes to turn up. She's loyal, but she'll slap a female in a minute. And it was like, she's good. And it was like Kayla. Kayla's kind of fake, flip flop, and all that other stuff about Kayla. Oh no. So, but it seems like the table has turned where, Kayla's not the Mrs. Nice woman. And, her little dispute that she had with Faven is kind of like taking on its own life, where Faven doesn't even have to say anything about Kayla anymore. And Kayla is just digging her own grave, even though she doesn't know that she's digging her grave. Or maybe she does know she's digging her grave by going back and forth, talking to this one, talking to that one. And it's not cool. And the ladies also talk about, Kayla, after that, Hencha, after Astrid threw that drink in Hencha's face, Kayla, she stayed behind and she started talking junk about, Astrid, saying that Astrid is no good, saying Astrid is fake, Astrid this, Astrid that. She was just talking about how, like, she couldn't believe that she behaved in that way through a drink, and also talking about, like, she can't believe that she's her friend and all this other stuff. So she was just saying negative things about Astrid to D, to Faven, and, they're keeping it close to the heart, that information, and they're going to bring it up, and they're going to confront Kayla with the information. So, but, Ashley and Danielle really thinks that Kayla, is just overstepping her bounds. She don't know, she doesn't mean it. She's not coming from a bad place when she was talking about Astrid. But they were saying, like, yo, she's supposed to be cool with Astrid because, Claudia introduced Kayla to the circle, and all of a sudden now, Kayla's turning on Astrid, but not really turning on it, just talking about the situation. Kayla was feeling real comfortable and expressing her feelings about Astrid in the situation because, Kayla hooked Astrid up with Michael, and then she finds out that Astrid is dating other guys, and she's not too cool with that situation because it's probably going to make her look bad, she feels. So, but rule number 1, never talk about the other girls to other girls, especially if they're not your girls. So, Kayla is starting to learn a really profound lesson. Let's see if Kayla is going to be able to handle this season. Is she going to be even on next season? Because it seems like the ladies got her by the throat and making sure that she says she lives up to everything that she says, and she doesn't get away with anything that she says. Boy. Talk about some bull crap going on there. So Claudia is not invited to the Bachelorette party at all. So anyways, the ladies, they all meet up and they're talking about the Bachelorette party, things that they're going to do. So it's Ashley, it's Faven, it's Dee, it's Kayla. Kayla shows up with Claudia, and Claudia is not invited to the party. And Matisha, she shows up too as well. And then, Claudia was like, hey, listen, this is what's going on with me. My husband, he got signed to this team. I got to pack my house up and move to North Carolina. So that's how things have been going over here. And she was like, so what's going on with you guys? What's happening? And everything. And so she was like, I'm so happy to come to your Bachelorette party. I want to be at your Bachelorette party and all this other stuff. And so all the ladies are looking at each other, except for, Kayla, because she doesn't know what's going on. Matisha, she doesn't know what's going on either. And it was like, and so, Ashley was like, listen, you ain't invited to the party. Maybe next time you can come to the party, another party. But this party that I'm having right here is for family, friends, and close people that I have a relationship and people that want to see me happy. And Claudia interjects and was like, yo, I want to see you happy. I'm supportive of your marriage. I'm supportive of your engagement. I'm supportive here. I'm supportive there. And she was like, well, then why did you invite me? I was invited to your Bachelorette party. And, Ashley Nicole was like, no, listen, I did not invite you to my party at all. So maybe next time you can come to some next engagements. But I really just want the close people and my close friends next to me, and basically you ain't one of them, Claudia. And Claudia was like, oh, I can't believe this. It's always some drama with these girls. It's always something going on. And I thought, me and Ashley was moving forward or whatever. And so Ashley and Nicole was like, listen, we can be cordial, we can be cool, but this particular event, I don't think that it's appropriate for you to come because I only want certain people there. And so Kayla was like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I invited her. And so, Ashley Cole was like, there ain't no plus ones in her confessional. Like, don't be inviting people. And so then they was like, so then, the conversation gets brought up about, Kayla, did you tell Nicole what happened and how you was talking about Astrid? And so, D, she started talking like, yeah, when after that incident happened at the restaurant where, Ashton threw the drink on Hensha, she stayed behind and she was talking all types of crap. She was saying, she was just talking junk about her, talking about like, yo, it's embarrassing. Like, I can't believe I'm friends with her. She's this, she's that. She was just venting and talking about Astrid. So Claudia was like, oh no, I can't believe you're gonna be talking about my friend like that. And Claudia, she's upset. She was like, oh, so you was talking about Astrid? No one's gonna be talking about my best friend. Only person I got in my circle that I can trust is Astrid. So Claudia is feeling some type of way because she brought in Kayla to be in this circle, and now she's in this circle talking junk about her to other girls. So she's like, yo, I'm not feeling this. And so Claudia, she leaves and she goes to the bathroom, whatever, because she was like, I don't feel comfortable sitting around these ladies. They don't even want me at that party. They don't want me around. So you know what? I'm gonna bounce. And so Kayla goes to run after her to try to talk to her. But Kayla realizing in her head, like, as much as I want to chase down Claudia and talk to her, I'm building a relationship with Ashley. I'm building a relationship with the girls that get the most camera time and is always filmed together. And Claudia is barely filmed, she's barely on camera. So if I want to stick out on this show, I need to be with the girls that film and do stuff, because Claudia really doesn't do anything. She's at home waiting on her husband, and she's waiting by him. She's waiting with a glass of water and some food, and the other hand waiting for her husband, not her husband, but her boyfriend, her baby daddy, to get home, because I don't really think they are even engaged or whatever. And so she don't film that much. So Kayla's putting two and two together. I got to be cool with these girls. So Kayla, she was like, yo, you know what? I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. So Kayla, she goes back to try to build her relationship with Ashley and them. And they're talking, and she was like, yo, I didn't mean it. It didn't come from a bad place. I was just venting, this and that. And it was like, well, you know what? We don't feel like you came from a bad place, but yo, you don't understand loyalty. You don't understand this. You don't understand that. You don't talk behind your friend's back. You don't say negative things about them to other people, because that's not cool. That's not something that you should do or whatever. And so she was like, you know what? I'm so sorry. She starts to cry. She was like, I'm just a people pleaser. I just want everybody to get along. And they're looking at her like, okay, yeah. All right, so we'll give you a pass on that. We'll let it pass that, it was a mistake. It was an accident. So Kayla's feeling kind of good. She cries a little bit, and, Ashley goes and hug her or whatever. So Kayla is being helped to the fire by her feet by the other ladies. So Kayla's realizing like she got to get real. She can't be talking about people behind their back, because it's automatically going to get to the next person. No matter how she think they're not cool with the other people, D and Ashley will go back and say what you said, because if you said it, you should mean it. And and you're new to this circle, so they're gonna see how you can roll, how you tumble with these other girls. Are you gonna stand behind your word, or are you not? But they're gonna give you enough rope to hang yourself. And so Kayla feeling kind of better about the situation, but I think that she realized that Nicole, Faven, and Ashley, and even Hensha they're filmed mostly on the show. They're mostly doing stuff. They mostly got things going on. And Claudia is kind of, secluded, because she's worried about her husband and what the hell she needs to, her boyfriend, her fiance, whatever the hell she needs to do with him. Wow, I don't even think that he really loves her in that way. I think he does cheat on her. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. But I think he cheats on Claudia. And I think Claudia she's a beautiful woman, but I think she has a lot of self-esteem issues. And maybe she's been through the ringer with her baby daddy, and she's scared that she's going to lose that meal ticket, because she don't got a real engagement ring. So we'll see what happens, but they are putting Kayla to the test, and it was like, Kayla, you said that you still you glad you seen her true colors, and you don't want to be her friend and all this other stuff. So about Astrid. So Kayla is just like, damn, I ran my mouth and I shouldn't have. I thought I was in a comfortable place. I thought these ladies wasn't going to go back and say anything. But she was wrong, because these ladies known Astrid longer than they knew Kayla. And on top of that, even though they had, miscommunications and fallouts with Astrid or whatever, they know her longer than they know Kayla. So we'll see what happens with that situation. We'll see if Kayla put her feet in her mouth again, and is she gonna mess up? It's like, oh my goodness, it's so crazy. But it was crazy how Nicole was just like, yo, you're not invited to the party. You're not invited to my Bachelorette party. And D, she was kind of afraid to say it or whatever, to be that brutal. But Ashley Nicole was like, you can come to some other events, but this one you can't come to. I was like, yo, I'm so glad she did it real. I'm so glad she was real about it. She said it to her face. She didn't say it behind her back, and she wasn't disrespectful about it. But Claudia took it disrespectful. Of course, somebody's gonna take it disrespectfully, because they don't understand why they're not invited. We've been knowing each other for a long time, and it ain't that bad between us. But if you don't want me to come, I won't come. But now I feel stupid, because I came all the way out here to film with you guys, and then Kayla invited me, not knowing that Kayla didn't have the power to invite her. So it's just like, damn, Claudia feels like, damn, they just brought me out here to look bad. And we don't know what's going on with Claudia and her situation with her fiance. It might not be peaches and cream as it's displayed on TV. She's probably going through a lot of walls. Maybe she's spending money building a new house, but she got to pack up and move with the kids, chase down this boyfriend, this baby daddy that anybody else can probably take away from her if she don't play her cards right. So she's nervous about that situation, and she's trying to be cool with these ladies, or have some type of camaraderie with them, or some type of friendship, and it's just not going down that road for her. It's bad, and she just got played on she just got played on camera. Nicole was like, you ain't invited. Oh God. That's like, damn. It's one thing to get disinvited, but she was like, there's no +1, and Kayla did not have the right to invite you to the party. So she's just in the bathroom, because Claudia's embarrassed, she is. And I would be too if that was me. I would be embarrassed as well. But I would probably assume that since, Ashley Nicole or Dee didn't reach out to me, I probably really wasn't invited. But she's still thinking they're on a good note, because the last time they left, she didn't have no problems with any other girls. It was just Hensha and Astrid going at it. So we'll see. Oh no, it's like, whoa. So then Astrid, she's getting ready to throw like her party, her event or whatever, and she's just chilling. She has a good time. She invited all the other girls or whatever, and then Dee ends up talking to Astrid and telling Astrid, hey, listen, do you know what Astrid? But hold on, we got to get back to it, because when they was up on that balcony or that roof or whatever, Kayla said that she talked to Astrid after the situation, and they're cool and everything's cool. Like they communicated afterwards. But it seems like Kayla was also trying to say that, she told Astrid what she said about her. And everything is cool, and everything is on point. But now we know that's not the case when they get to Astrid's party, because Astrid doesn't know what's going on. Claudia's there, and it was like, yo, did Claudia even tell Astrid what was going on? Did Claudia even tell her that Kayla was kind of like talking crap about her or whatever? So Dee, being the instigator that she is, and just letting Astrid know, because her and Astrid are cool, because when Dee was going through a rough time last season, Astrid was there to try to support her, to get her grown woman on, to get her business mindset on or whatever. So Dee felt like it was her duty to tell Astrid, and Astrid was like, word? She was talking about me. She said these things about me. Okay. She goes up to Kayla. She said, Kayla, where's your stuff at? Where's everything that you came with? Okay. You need to get it, because you are leaving. You got to go. And Kayla was like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. What you doing? What are you talking about? Let's talk about this. I didn't say anything bad. Kayla, she feels embarrassed. She feels humiliated, just like Claudia did when Kayla invited her to the event with the other girls, girls, and then find out that she's not even invited to the bachelorette party, made, Claudia look stupid on camera. So now it's time for Kayla to look stupid on camera. And Ashton made sure, she was like, yo, you gotta bounce, you gotta go. And Dee's feeling like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have said something. Yeah, maybe you should have waited until later, because ain't nobody gonna let somebody film with them at their event. They getting camera time, then she finds out that she's talking about her. Oh no. And Claudia, she didn't say anything about it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, so it seems like Ashton, people that be really looking out for her is, as D was looking out for her and told her. And so even though D was being messy at the same time, starting drama, and so Kayla didn't want to leave the situation. She was like, yo, you're not gonna let me talk, you're not gonna let me say anything. And she starts to cry. So, and then Ashton was like, security, where you at? Get her out of here. D's feeling guilty about running her mouth, because now this girl done got kicked out on camera. So she's following Kayla around, trying to talk to Kayla like, hey, it's okay, blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. You gotta learn loyalty, you gotta learn this, you can't do this, whatever. Kayla don't want to hear that shit. Kayla just feels like, damn, now I'm single though, now I look embarrassed on camera now, and you guys are doing me like this. And she feels totally like bombarded. She feels like she's ambushed, and she's escorted out with security, and everybody's like, damn, Ashton took it there. And Claudia was like, you know what? I can't trust anybody. Only person I can trust is Ashton, because, Claudia did bring, Kayla into the situation, and she's going to be talking behind my girl's back. No, Ashton's my best friend. Ashton's this, Ashton's that, or whatever. So it's just like Kayla's the man, the woman out or whatever. And it's like Faven doesn't have to do any dirty work towards Kayla, because Kayla's digging her own graves and talking about people and showing her true colors to everybody else, that she's not loyal and she can't keep her mouth closed, and maybe she gets a little too tipsy and she runs her mouth. So Faven just sit back and watching how Kayla is drowning herself, even though Faven and Kayla are not cool, and Faven was calling out Kayla from Jump Street. So we'll see what happens with that situation. I think Kayla doesn't know how to deal with these type of women at all. She doesn't know that she shouldn't run her mouth and she shouldn't talk about people if she doesn't want it to get back to the person. If she's going to say anything about anybody, she needs to say it to their face, and everything will be cordial. So we get from that situation and it's like, yo, Ashton was like, I don't want her in here, she's fake, and all this other stuff. Ashton was like, yo, she gotta go. And D feels like, damn, was I wrong? I shouldn't have opened up my mouth, I shouldn't have said anything. And Kayla, she's crying, and she leaves the situation. Then we get Hensha and Metanisha, and we get, D, they're cooking, whatever. And so, Hensha mother explains, like, Hensha came from a good background. I spoiled her rotten, and I shouldn't have at all. Spare the rod, spoil the child, She was like, I shouldn't have did that at all. So then, Phil and Ashley talk about the bachelorette party. He's having his bachelor party. She's having her bachelorette party, and she's telling him he better not do anything he might regret, because she might get him by the neck. So anyways, all the girls are on the van in LA for the bachelorette party or whatever. And so they're confronting Kayla and Ashton to talk about the situation. And Ashton was like, I don't like people talking about me, talking behind my back or whatever. You're supposed to be my friend and all this other stuff. It's just shady. You're supposed to have loyalty. You're not supposed to do that. And so Kayla was like, you know what? I was wrong. I shouldn't have did it. And she was like, but I didn't know I said anything that bad or disrespectful. I was in my feelings. I was kind of, intoxicated or whatever, talking on the van or whatever. But it still seems cordial. Still doesn't seem that bad. But everyone's trying to go for Kayla and say, hey, Kayla doesn't really understand what she's doing. She's a people pleaser. She's come from this type of place or whatever. So Ashton was like, whatever. And so then, Hensha, she shows up with Matanisha, and Manish met Tanisha. She shows up with her, whatever, and things are going okay. But then they start to talk about the situation, and so then all the ladies said, well, Astrid and Kayla, you guys need to have it out, sit down and talk about the situation. And so then that's when Kayla was like, well, I don't think we need to talk about the situation. I think that she needs to talk to Hensha, because her and Hensha has a problem. And Hensha was like, yo, don't be trying to throw me under the bus because you don't want to face Astrid. Like, if I had a problem with Astrid, I would just start fighting her, fist fighting her, and doing whatever. Don't try to hide. Don't try to divert the situation where you and Astrid has a problem. You're trying to throw me in to loop me into that situation. So all the girls get Hensha to cool down, because Hensha's just talking mad reckless. She was like, yo, don't even be trying that shit. Don't be starting that. Don't be doing that. Don't try to throw me under the bus because you have a situation with her. And if I wanted to get at Astrid, I'll get at her. She'll be out this mother sucking window. So don't even start that. Don't try to put me in between your problem. They talked about you and Astrid, Kayla. So then Kayla was like, nah, Kayla's feeling like, I'm kind of scared of Hensha, Hensha this, Hensha that, whatever. So they was like, yo, so stop what you're doing. Stop trying to diverge the issue by throwing it on Hensha when they really want you and Astrid to work out. So they have a little conversation. It's not really much or whatever. And so she was like, I didn't mean to say this or whatever. So anyways, after that, Hensha, Astrid and Kayla, they go outside, they talk, because Kayla asked to speak to Astrid, and she goes, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did this, I shouldn't have said nothing about you, I was kind of tipsy, I messed up, this and that, I'm really sorry, and it won't happen again, and blah, blah, blah. And so, Astrid was like, yo, it's cool, but you know what, I didn't want to worry about you, I already got to worry about Hensha, and I didn't think I had to worry about you too as well. She was like, no, you don't got to worry about me, I'll keep my mouth closed. I don't believe Kayla's going to keep her mouth closed. I believe Kayla's going to get into trouble again. But it's not really trouble. She was just telling how she feels, but she should have just been like, yeah, I feel this way, and yeah, Astrid, I feel this way about you. Not try to, hide it under the rug and act like she talked to Astrid about it, but she didn't. So anyways, they make up, they talk or whatever, and Astrid is just like, yo, just don't talk about me, just don't be two-faced, just be loyal. I won't talk about you, I won't be negative about you, do the same thing towards me. You know what I'm saying? But I think Kayla is not going to be on the outs with Claudia. Maybe Claudia might forgive her, but it seems like Kayla's trying to get into the other circle, not the circle with Claudia, because Claudia barely films, so we'll see what happens next. And Hensha was like, I ain't worried about a damn thing. Hensha's just chilling, whatever. She'll see what happens. But Kayla has really been crying this whole episode. She's been caught up in her talking crap. And then not owning up to her talking crap. So hopefully she will realize that if you talk about any of these girls behind their back, it's going to get back to them. Peace. I'm out.